Hey guys, Andrew McComb here, the founder and CEO of Golf University. In this Golf University tip from the pro, I'm with David Milne, the two-time PGA Teacher of the Year and co-coach of the Indonesian team at the Joondalup Golf Resort in Perth, Western Australia, where he's going to teach us a great iron solution that's going to help us get more contact, direction and distance so that we feel more confident, consistent and in control of our irons, and ultimately have less shots per round. But before we start, and if you haven't done so already, I encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that I can notify you every time a new episode is released. And if you stick around till the end of this episode, I'm going to give you access to our famous Golf University skill assessment, which has helped thousands of our members, just like you, find and fix the one thing that's killing your scores, your handicap and your game. Plus, we'll give you free access to the specific video coaching program from one of our world-class golf instructors so that you can feel more confident, consistent, and in control of this area of your game. But before I help you find and fix this one area of your game, let's find out how to get better contact, consistency, and control with our irons. This tip from the pro brought to you by Golf University, the world's premier golf improvement program.
The big problem with most golfers is their setup fundamentals are inconsistent. So what I'm going to show you right now is how you can develop a really good fundamental setup positions that are going to help you become more consistent. Number one, and the key factor here is how wide should your stance be? Now for most golfers, they know it should be shoulder width, but they really are inconsistent with regards to how they place their feet. So get yourself where you think your feet are under your shoulders. Get your golf club, hold it between your thumb and index finger, and just place it to the end of your left shoulder first of all. The shaft should point pretty much over your shoelace. If you're too narrow a stance, the club will point outside your feet. If you've got too wide a stance, it'll be inside. And you can do the same on the other side. Now what I want to show you here right now is once you've got your right stance, is the correct posture that you need to be able to hit that ball consistently and confidently. So what I'm going to show you here is you take a club, place the toe of the club at the back of your head, the shaft between your shoulder blades, and the grip touching your tailbone. Now keep those 3 points, assuming your stance that you had with your setup, which is shoulder width apart, you've checked that. And from an upright position, what we're going to do here is tip forward from your hips, and as you do that, hold those 3 points of the club to the 3 points of your body and let your trail arm dangle forward. Now what you'll find is that if you're in the right position, tip forward, your arms here right now is going to point just in front of your toe line. If you've got too much knee bend and not enough tilt forward from the hips, your hand's going to point back in your heels. So a good thing is to check also that you haven't, if I use the term, bend from the waist. Now most people do this, they bend from the waist, and what happens is the head comes off that and you see how the arms really hang back, and it's also inside here. So keep the 3 points. Not as easy as you think, but with a bit of practice, this will really help your consistency with your setup. Tip forward, let your arm hang down, and that really is where you want to be. Bring the club out in front of you, and another double check to make sure that you haven't overreached is when you address the ball, just drop your trail arm, and if you're too far away, you have to actually reach out. If you're too close, it's going to be over here. So from that position, if you're in the right position, drop your trail arm, and it should just want to go straight back into there. So you know that the distance from that good posture, it just complements that there. So that really is the two things, the stance and really the be able to get the posture in the right position. So from there, what we want to do is to make sure that the ball position here in relation to that stance is absolutely perfect. For irons, this is critical. Too far back and you're going to find it hard to flight your irons. They're going to be really low, they're not going to hold the greens, and if they're too far forward, your swing's going to bottom out way too early, and guess what? You're going to make bad contact. So ball position, my suggestion here is for the short irons, pretty much center, medium and long irons, just left of center. So you can check that by having your feet together, and from there, if you want it to be ball position to be in the middle, open up equally, moving your left foot first and your right foot back. So that's equal amount of spread on either side. If you want the ball a little bit further left, a smaller step with the left foot, bigger step with the right foot. Now this might seem sort of really too regiment-like, but really it's important that ball position from that good stance and good posture is exactly where you need to be able to strike that ball solidly with the irons. Now the last one that you really want to work on would be making sure your hands are on the club in a really, really good position to deliver that club face nice and square. And we always recommend that you can see at least 2 knuckles in your left hand, not more than 3. Anywhere between 2 knuckles showing or 3 knuckles is where you really want to be working towards. The grip on the right hand, you really want to place it so that the palm is always facing the target. If it's facing the ground, it's going to return the club face generally open. If it's facing the sky, it's going to have a tendency to close the club face. So if you can set up with your right palm facing the target, place it pretty much at the base of your fingers so that the thumb and index finger make a V, which then that line doesn't point below the right shoulder and definitely not to the chin and left. So those 2 things, the knuckles on the back of the left hand and the way you position your right palm in relation to where you want to hit the ball, it really is going to help you deliver that club with those fundamentals of being able to have stance, your setup and ball position coupled all together is going to give you a good shot. So again, get set up. I'm going to hit a shot here and I'm going to focus on stance, the correct posture, check that my ball position is pretty good, have a look down the fairway, and from there make a confident swing. So please go and check your fundamentals until you can really make sure that they are in the absolute position that's going to allow you to deliver that club consistently, and therefore you're going to be a lot more confident with your irons from here on.
Well, there it is. I hope you've enjoyed this Golf University tip from the pro. Put a yes in the comments below if you found it useful, or ask a question in the comments if you need even more help. And as promised earlier, we want to help you find and fix the one thing that's killing your golf scores, your handicap and your game. So to access the Golf University skill assessment and free video coaching program, go to golfuniversity.tv/golf skill assessment or click the link in the description below. And to help you feel even more confident, consistent and in control of your golf game, I also want to personally invite you to join our 19th hole clubhouse and golf channel. This is where our passionate and inspiring members belong to watch, learn, grow, meet and share inspiration as golfers. You can join the 19th hole for free at the 19thhole.club or click the link in the description below. As a member, you'll have access to hundreds of golf lessons, travel episodes and documentaries. Plus you'll get member-only discounts on our golf schools, tournaments, travel, tours and signature programs. And if you're a golf addict like myself, you can also join our members-only Facebook group by clicking the link in the description below. And remember, if you've enjoyed this lesson, or you'd like to ask some questions, or maybe you've even got a suggestion for another episode, then leave a like and a comment below, and my coaches and I will do our best to answer them for you. And if you've got any golfing friends who'd benefit from this lesson, hit the share buttons below. And remember to hit the subscribe and the bell icon below too, so that I can notify you every time a new episode is released. Thanks for watching, sharing and commenting, guys. I'll see you in the 19th hole.